We are all supporters, and we come from Liverpool. Allez, allez, allez.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode 23 of our Liverpool career mode here on Trophy Hunter, and today we start the new season, season number 2, and season number 1 was a touch of a disappointment there. We won the league, but we didn't win any of the other 3 competitions. We're trying to win all 4 so we can move on to the next team in our Trophy Hunting series, and we'd like to do it really in this second season. So we're going all out here. Now, if we take a look at the squad, we've got a couple of things. We've moved to a 4-2-3-1, and I've moved Firmino back. Now, I'm looking to bring in a big-time striker, and we'll take a look in a moment. But we also have a couple of other little things. So in the training, I'm gonna go all out and train Trent's backup Hover. Let's get Karius out of my face because he pisses me off as a Liverpool fan. So what we're gonna do is train Hover a bunch and try and go ahead and really, you know, get him up, because we need to win those 3 competitions this year. We can't really go out a little bit longer than I would, or if we go out again in one of those, we're going on a little bit longer than I'd like. So we're going to have a couple of issues here. So one being midfield wise, we've got some replacements at cam here. We got Havertz, Chamberlain can play there, Barty can actually play there. And then we've got Hendo and Wijnaldum in midfield. I'm thinking we bring in one more midfielder just in case. Havertz, we got 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the 3 spots. I'd probably just like to be really safe and bring one more in. Milner did leave. He did not want to sign a new contract with us. He's out the door. At center back, we're pretty good. Gomez, Van Dijk, Matip, Lovren are good players to have around. And everywhere else we're pretty good, as we said, at right back, but I didn't want to go out and buy another right back necessarily. If we just train Hover, he should turn out to be very adequate backup. So we're going to bring in one more midfielder and the striker. We've got plenty of cover on the wings. Mane, Salah, Origi can play out left, Vargas and Shaqiri as well, so we're pretty good in those particular areas. And as you can see, Harry Wilson is back with the team, so we will have more backup in those areas. Everywhere else, we're good. Grujic is back. Ooh, Grujic is back. He's also a pretty good player we can keep around. We're going to have a lot of players here, but not necessarily in a real career mode would I do this. Would I go for another midfielder, but we're really pushing it this year. We really want to go ahead and win those trophies so we can move on. This isn't as realistic as some would say. So I'm thinking Isco or James Maddison, who can play at both spots. I'm probably leaning Madison's way. And then striker, here are the strikers, as you can see. I thought about for a little bit moving Salah up front and bringing in another winger on the right. Probably not going to do that necessarily, but if I had to right now, take a guess, I'm thinking, I thought about Lautaro Martinez, but Inter Milan is the next team we are going to use in the Trophy Hunter series. Inter Milan is next on deck, so I don't want to overuse Martinez. I thought about Lacazette, someone who I feel doesn't really play a ton at Arsenal. They're probably looking to be leaving. In real life, at the moment, I would assume he's looking, you know, that it's not as nice as they thought it would be. They're not playing very well. He doesn't play. He's not a starter very often. It boggles my mind, but we'll see. Dembele is a good option as well. So I'm not sure if I want to use Dembele or Lacazette yet. Arsenal are known to give players to other teams in the top 4. How much money? Look at that money. 185 million pounds. We didn't really spend a ton last year. Let's go after Madison first. 21 and 30 million between that. I'm really leaning Lacazette. I think I'm going to go after Lacazette. Just have another couple extra seconds to think about it as I move forward here. We'll go to 21. We'll just start it there and see what they like. 29. Counter. Remove the sell on. We'll try it at 29. See what they like. They have a deal on it. We probably could have gotten them a little bit cheaper, but you know, it is what it is. And we bring in a really good player into the team who can really play. We're going to struggle, again, keeping midfielders happy, especially with the slot down. But it's important. Oh, he only wants rotation. Jesus. Never mind then. It's incredibly important that we do not sit at Liverpool another year. It's very, very, very difficult. Some of the teams later on in the list, like Betis and Wolfsburg, we're going to need a couple years to build those teams up. We cannot be here more than 2 years. Let's just bring Madison in. So we've got the midfielder in there. We've got options, which is the important part as well. Really quality options. We're going to go for Lacazette. Lacazette's going to be the player we go after. Anywhere between 50 and 70 million. Lacazette's a really good player. I wouldn't 2 years ago I'd pay this much money for Lacazette, but he's 29 as you can see now. But we need to bring him in. 50 million. They only want 55. Crazy, crazy. Alright, so yeah, he's going to come in. Lacazette, if we can get him on his wages and things, we'll pay him whatever wage he wants. We have the money. And it's, as we said, it's not like a normal career mode here, so we're trying to just do what we can. Important. He will be crucial, though he's happy with important. 3 years. If we're here for 3 more years, then this is not going to go well. No release clause except, what's he looking at for wage? He doesn't know, which is just great. We'll go with 150, what he's on now. Give him a bit of a signing bonus just to add it in there. And he's comfortable with that. So we've bought in the 2 players we were looking for. James Maddison, Alexander Lacazette. Some players won't get as much game time as they would like, and that is just going to be natural. But, you know, but with what we have right now, it's incredibly important that we just it's so important that we don't drop anywhere. Who do we bring onto the bench? I'd like Madison probably ahead of Barty. Shaqiri can definitely come onto the bench. Actually, Shaqiri can come here, and then Harry Wilson would be good. But Vargas needs a bit more playing time this year. We got Firmino there, who can also move forward. Like another striker here. We got 4 midfielders. We probably don't need 4. Pop Wijnaldum off here. So this is the squad. It's a good squad. We're in a good spot. Hopefully we don't get any injuries. But I don't think that's how it's going to go. So let's take a look at the schedule and the training. Actually, we just need to get Hover some drills here. Where is Hover? There he is. He is going to be very important for me. He needs to grow. It's imperative that he grows. Let's get some. What do we got here? Sprinting. Can he not do passing drills and stuff? Over. That's silly. Oh, he can do passing drills. Okay. Alright, so we'll get that on Hover, making sure he's good to go for the new year. What else do we roll with here? We can go with Vargas, because he's going to be playing more than he was last year, most likely. And then we can do Vandenberg, just in case we have an injury there, and he's an emergency kind of guy. And then we'll probably do it that way. So we're going to talk a little bit about how this is going to go. We talked a little bit last time, but I just wanted to get this going. Also, if you have any players you want to see bought in, we have an absurd amount of money, so feel free to let me know in the comments. But we're going to talk about this. The season's coming. I can actually skip forward a little bit. I'm not necessarily going to just yet. But when the new season comes, we have the Community Shield, and then we've got our games coming. And then we're going to have Cup games, Champions League games, and the important part here is Champions League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup. We need to win those. It's just how it's going to be. You will see Premier League games, of course, but we're not going to show full episodes of 3 Premier League games. So if this is all I had in September, and a normal episode, say, would be Leicester, Bournemouth, and Arsenal, I'm just going to play those on my own or skip through them or whatever it may be. We're going to try and win the league, of course, because we're adding to our total of trophies. We need trophies still. but since the first, what are you on, 23? The first season took 22 episodes. We set our goal for 5 different teams, winning all the trophies. In our 20 season limit, we cannot go 43, 44 days for each season. It just won't work out that way. So we're going to skip through it just a little bit quicker. So there won't be a ton of episodes that are super Premier League heavy. So that way we can get on through perhaps in 15-ish episodes, maybe in the entire season, and move about it that way. The first year for every new team will probably be full episodes. It's just how it's going to be. Well, look at what has gone on here. Oh, I thought I saw Wolves 3 times here. But look at this. Wolves twice, Leeds twice, sandwiched around Chelsea in 5 games. As the schedule flips, Chelsea not coming again, but Everton are twice in there too. That's crazy. In a 7-game span, we play Everton twice, Wolves twice, Leeds twice. But that is most likely how it's going to go, so we don't run around and do those type of things. If we get through this season, and maybe all we have is the Carabao Cup left, the next season will be like 8 or 9 episodes. But I'm hoping that we get through this season and really push ourselves into contention with all those trophies and actually win all those trophies. We've got the squad. We just got to do it now. But if we go ahead and win all those trophies, then we can move on to Inter Milan, move on to the second team. The issue with where we're at currently going into a second season at Liverpool is Liverpool are going to be the best squad. If I remember it right, it's going to be Liverpool, Inter, Lyon, Betis, and then Wolfsburg, or Wolfsburg and then Betis, one of those two. So the squads are going to be getting progressively worse as we go. So we're going to need more time to build them up to where they need to be. So we need those extra seasons in there. It's an average of 4 seasons per team. It's going to probably need 4 or 5 or 6 toward the end there. So we want to get through these first couple as quickly as possible, and really put ourselves in a position to, hit it right. And we'd also like to do an international team win the World Cup as well. But we'll see how that goes, guys. But we're not going to get in any games today. We're going to look at the calendar. Next episode, we will start the season. So we may do the Community Shield. Our first cup game shows up here somewhere. So depending on where that happens, the games may change. If our first cup game shows up, here or here, we can actually skip forward probably to it, and we'll probably find out. Let's actually sim forward just a little bit. We'll sim to the end of the month. Nobody will be sold or anything like that, and hopefully nobody gets injured on a long-term basis. That would be devastating so early, but we are still in the window, so if anyone's gone for 5-6 months, we can go ahead and do something about that. We'll also get a little bit of extra money, and as I said in the comments, let me know who you want to see on the team. We have a ton of money left, so if you guys want to see anybody, we can bring them in, whether they play or not, or whatever it may be. It looks like we're going to win this, or we're going to go into the final at least. Got Barcelona here. But hopefully, everything turns out all right this season. I really don't want to be here a third year. I don't want to be here a third year. Liverpool's also one of those squads that's pretty perfect as is. So after the first year, when you bring in a couple backups here and there, it's kind of just building for the future as you move forward. It's kind of a difficult one, but no, nothing yet in terms of where we're going to be. Let's take a look and make sure nobody got hurt, but other than that, we can probably end the episode there. Transfer offers. Not seeing any injuries, which is very good. Offer for Van Dijk, Real Madrid. Oh, yep, nope. So no injuries, which is very good, guys. So next episode, we're gonna jump into the season, depending on where the cup game shows up. We may jump in it from the Community Shield, and we may go forward in a different way. But guys, that's gonna be the end of this episode. I hope you folks have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. And peace.